Diana. See, it's working here. It wasn't working on my other one. I was having such difficulty with my other. I was trying to go live on my business page and it was not working. So I guess what I will do is I will do my readings from my personal page from now on. And if it just so happens to go over better here, then I guess I'll continue to maintain here. And then just if you guys want personal readings done or anything like that, you can book through my business page, which would be Ashley Renee, Psychic Medium. So, see, it's working out so much better on this one. Oh my goodness. This is funny. I wasn't able to see anybody who was in the chat or anything like that on my previous page. All right. So, we got you guys kind of flowing in nicely. So, essentially what I want to be doing Sunday evenings when I can is I'm going to do a 3-card pull and we'll kind of talk about where the cosmos are for the week ahead. I am not an astrologist by any means. And if you do want a detailed birth chart or you want to know anything about your zodiac sign, I would highly recommend Renee Massey at Angels Oasis. She's fantastic. She's amazing. I love her to pieces. So I'm just going to give a basic global reading. We are in Pluto retrograde. Oh, it's raining. And we are going into the new moon, which is in Gemini. And that is going to affect people on such a vastly different level. For some of us, we're going to feel a little bit introverted and reflective on things that are going around. Others, we will have some issues going on with communication. And some of us, this is going to affect in a positive way where we're going to want to make these changes. So Pluto being in retrograde has everything to do with like reflection, and it has to do with changing things. We're going to have a lot of things from our past and internal things coming up while coming back up. This is giving us a chance to deal with that. And this is in effect until October, so these next couple of months will be pretty much everybody who feels it real hard and real intense is going to feel reflective and want to make some serious changes in their life, get rid of toxicity in their life, kind of start building your empire back up. So, with that being said, I'm going to pull some cards. I'll talk about what these mean globally. You may have some resonation. You may not. There's quite a few of you on here. And this is my first one-on-one Facebook Live of doing card pulls. So, with that being said, let's get this ball rolling. Hi, Donna. Welcome everybody who's just turning in. Well, it is 8 o'clock, so some of you probably are laying in bed watching this, which is funny. Wow, that is very loud, and I'm not a fan of that song. I have my Alexa sitting next to me right now because the boyfriend is out in the living room playing video games, and I'm sure you guys didn't want to hear him screaming and yelling at Call of Duty. So, hello, Monica. Welcome, welcome. All right, the first card that I have pulled. Let's see if we can get it to focus on the card. So what this says is a time to give rather than take. It is new moon in Virgo. And what this card symbolizes and what this card is meaning for our week coming up is to be more selfless, less selfish. I love this card just because so often we get so caught up in our selfishness of wanting and needing things not necessarily good for us that we forget to be selfless. And then when we get caught up in being selfish, we set expectations. And when we set expectations, we kind of set ourselves up for failure because we will have a certain aspect of what we expect of people and places and things. And when those things don't turn out the way we want them to be, we end up building resentment. And so what this card is saying, and I'll show again because we have a couple people who are just tuning in, what this card is saying is that when we are selfless and we give, we end up more fulfilled eternally and internally. But it's almost like that missing piece goes away. So we really have a chance to give of ourselves, and that is more rewarding than any TV or new car or anything. So that being said, I've got more people participating here than when I did on my personal page, or this is my personal page. Yes, Spacey Brains. All right, and our second card. Our second card, I feel like this is having a hard time focusing when I put it up super close. There we go. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. This is one of my favorite cards as well. What this card is saying is it's time to stop hiding behind the masks. Everybody, whether you have issues with looking at yourself in the mirror because you're not confident enough, and so you put on a facade, or you pretend to be nice to your boss, or you just put on a persona because you feel like that persona is going to be better than the outcome of who you really are. Now is a time for us to be truly, truly embracing our innermost selves. To thine own self be true. And you can't do that when you're wearing a mask. You can't do that when you're pretending to be somebody you're not. So self-expression and taking that mask off and genuinely being who you are and being comfortable in your own skin will give you more peace than anything. I promise you that. And I did mean to grab a water before I came in here, and I did not do so. So I am SOL. What these two cards are saying is when we can be selfless and we can be our genuine selves, amazing things start happening. And I am recently finding this out myself. You know, I need to be less selfish and be more selfless. So, I don't know what's going on with this music. Take your mask off. Be more giving than you are of taking, and be grateful for those things that you do get a chance to receive. And our last card, and then we'll kind of go into talking about some coping mechanisms for stress for this week coming up, because tomorrow is Monday and nobody likes Mondays, especially for those of us mommies who are having children. Well, I can't speak for myself, but the moms that have children on vacation, nobody really likes Mondays. And especially a Monday where the kids aren't in school. So we'll talk about how to handle the stress of the week to come. And our last card for tonight, and for those of you that weren't able to catch the first two cards, I'll give a quick overview at the end of it. And also feel free to comment, or if you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in the comment section. I am going to make this this live go on my page, both here and on my business page. Ooh, that's not your card. And our last card. It's all about like finding, there we go. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. What this card is stating right here is that so many of us focus on one or the other. We either focus on our spirituality or we're focusing on all of the other things in our life. So we're not really paying attention wholeheartedly to balancing those things. And when we don't balance our daily lives and we don't bring our spirituality into it, so in other words, we've got them kind of going side by side, we'll have one here, we'll have one here. They don't really work out that way. We'll find more serenity and we'll find more peace and more joy for life when we bring our spirituality into our life on a daily basis. I know for me, first thing in the morning, I absolutely have to meditate. And I have to try to surround myself in positive thinking. And I know sometimes that's really hard. So don't be down on yourself if you can't always be positive and you can't always balance your spirituality. But pretty much, this is what it's saying. We've got lots of changes going on with Pluto being in retrograde, with the new moon being in Gemini tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. It's giving us a lot of time to reflect. And it's giving us a lot of time to kind of take a look at all of the things that we're having issues within our lives. And what that can say is take a step back, be a little more selfless, be a little more genuine. Make sure you're staying in your spirituality in those moments where it's hardest to do so. I am not saying that I am perfect with my spirituality by any means, because I am very much not. But as long as you set reminders, I like to set visual reminders, so I have little post-it notes up all over my house reminding me to do things. It makes it easier. So it doesn't have to be hard. So our brains, the story our brains tell us is that we can't do this, or we can't do that, or we're worthless, or we're this, or we're that. And we believe it. When we can push a little bit of gratitude and a little bit of selflessness, things start to change. So it's not an overnight change. You know, you've got till October before Pluto is out. Wow, the word just totally escaped me. Before Pluto in retrograde is over. And that is the main time for reflection. So with that being said, quick overview I just gave. I'll show you guys the cards once more. And that's a time to give rather than to take. And that is show the world the real you. And balance spirituality and practicality. So, this week, try to do your best to be a little more selfless. Even if it's letting that jerk off who's cut you off in traffic keep going. Or whether it's letting somebody go ahead of you in line at the grocery store. It's the little things that we don't really pay attention to. And you'll notice, don't be in such a rush to go certain places or do things. You'll be there in the time that you're supposed to. And balance your spirituality and your practicality. So try to remain positive. Try to keep your spirituality right there. You know, right there on your shoulder. Don't let it just completely go out the window. Do your best is all I'm saying. Because nobody is perfect when it comes to spirituality. So we can just do our best. All right. I love you guys. That was not as nerve-wracking as I thought it would be, but I did wish that I got some water. Now, fun times for the week to come. There is a lot of communication things that are going to be going on tomorrow. So if you don't feel like you're communicating well with others and you feel like you need a timeout, give yourself a timeout. It is so much easier to just take a step back and pause than it is to try to beg for forgiveness for something you said out of confusion or miscommunication or out of anger. Oh, I forgot where I was going with that. I got super excited because I went to Barnes & Noble's today and I found this amazing book. It's called The Everyday Empath. For those of you who don't have it, it's called The Everyday Empath. It's by Raven Digitals, and it's Achieve Energetic Balance in Your Life. This has so many great techniques for those of us who feel a little empathic and can't really handle the energies that are going on right now. I highly, highly recommend it. I got to spend the day going, and I got lots of books, and I found this amazing crystal store in Daytona Beach. They had like everything I could ever think of as far as crystals and stones go. So I got some new babies. But as far as this week coming up, if you're having communication issues, blame it on the new moon in Gemini. That may be affecting your zodiac sign in a different way. For some of us, it will be more helpful. We'll be able to communicate clearer. Just be careful with your words, is all I'm saying. For this week coming up, choose your words wisely, because you may not be able to take them back. As far as stressors for us moms go, the biggest thing I will say is pause when agitated. This is a lesson I'm trying to teach myself day in and day out. For those of us with babies that are on summer break, or those of you that's got hi Terry, unruly boss or unruly spouse, pause. Because with the energies going on with Pluto being in retrograde, and with Gemini coming in, or the new moon coming into Gemini tomorrow night, there's so much time that you can spend reflecting rather than just word vomit. I really wish I would have got a bottle of water. How are you, love? I don't know why I'm trying to be like so accurate and so professional when you guys do not know me as that person. So I am not going to try to put on a fake face. I literally just gave you guys a reading telling you to take the mask off. So, mask off. I love doing readings for people. And I love finding out more about different realms of spirituality. And I'm finding that during this Pluto in retrograde, and with the new moon in Gemini coming up tomorrow night, that I have lots of things that I want to manifest. So, take the time tomorrow night to set the intention, or to meditate, pray about how you want to be as a human to other humans. Inevitably, when we give ourselves and we are kind to other people, it gives us more than we could ever. I don't know. It fills this hole a whole lot differently than it would if you're going shopping and you're doing other things. I know stepping outside of myself and helping people is part of my program for life. For many of you who aren't aware, which if you're on my Facebook and you're watching this live, you can remember that I am in recovery. And so my program asks that I be selfless at times when I am hurting. What do we got this? Hold on one second. I need a book. I tend to definitely pick up people's anger, pick up all kinds of feelings and pain, but the anger seems to be the one that hits me the hardest. So that's an amazing example right there of what I'm saying. Pause when agitated. Take a deep breath. Walk out of the room. If it's with a child, if it's with a stranger, it doesn't matter who it is. They are not worth a negative reaction, because let me tell you this. Once you react, it is no longer about whatever situation that caused you to react that way. It's all about your reaction. You can be your genuine self and you can take a deep breath and let it out. You're least likely to snap. I forget where I was going with that. I know that I need some water. I may just drag you guys out there with me to get a bottle of water, because it's really not worth this parched mouth that I got going on. And I would like to continue to discuss with you guys the stressors. So, please, please forgive me if you hear a grown man yelling at a video game.
Hi.
Told you. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, I am now doing readings via phone, in person, place of your choice, and you can book through my business page, which is Ashley Renee, Psychic Medium. I can do long distance, it doesn't matter, we can do Skype, whatever. We can make it happen, because that's what we're all about, manifesting our desires, right? Now, yes, that's definitely, but here's the thing. Sometimes in those moments where we need our spirituality the most, we don't always remember to be spiritual. And that's what gets us in trouble. So, forgive me. Because I know I could be on the highway in my own little world and have a car pull out in front of me, and I let the F-bomb fly like no other, and I call them every name under the sun, even though I don't know them and I don't know what they're going through or why they're speeding or why they desperately need to be in front of me at that moment. And that is when we can turn around and go, that wasn't very spiritual of me. So, over the next coming days and weeks, I'm going to be touching on some different crystals that you can use to kind of help calm you. We're going to be talking about different techniques for the empath. So, for those of you that are my empaths, stay tuned. We're going to be doing some lessons out of this. Which has some, oh my goodness, some amazing information. Different meditations. See? Overloaded, a bath time cleanse. Most empaths have an affinity for water. So, you know, it's got some good information in it. Yes, it definitely can be. I agree with you there, Terry. Or if I'm having a good day, it doesn't bother me. If I'm in a bad mood, woo, good Lord. So, tomorrow night, new moon in Gemini. New moon is all about manifesting. What is it that you want to manifest for the week ahead? Hi, Tanya. I miss you too, love. So what I want you guys to think before bed tomorrow night, I want you to pray, meditate, write your intentions, light a candle, whatever it is. I have no judgment here. Your higher power is your higher power. It's helping you get through your life, so it does not affect me in any way, shape, or form. I want you to think of some things you want to make happen in your week ahead, or some things that you want to happen in your week ahead. Maybe there's a personality trait you want to chill out on, so you want to work on that one. Or maybe there's a new job that you're really, really hoping to get. I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. And I want you to really focus on that. Intention. Because I would rather have you write it, pray about it, or meditate it, and have things happen for you. Prayer is a powerful thing. Meditation is a powerful thing. For those of you who are more along the open-ended spirituality, you know, I've got my candles. I've got my new moon candle all ready to go. I made this baby all by myself. Look at all the lavender and the sage in there. And it smells so good. I've got my candle ready to go. I've got my crystals to set up my grid. And I've got my journal to write down what I want to achieve for this week, for this month, really, to come through. And with each week that passes, we'll kind to... Yeah, well... I was hoping to not have to say this. I am no longer with Angels Oasis. For those of you who have wondered why I changed my name, I wasn't going to have this conversation on a Facebook Live, but I am no longer with Angels Oasis. I'm kind of off doing my own thing, my own journey. Some doors opened up recently that have allowed me to kind of do some soul searching and to find out what it is I want, who I want to be, what do I want to do, how do I want to help people. So, I still love all of the ladies at Angels Oasis. I will still be there every once in a while. I still maintain contact with them. It's just, it was time for me to kind of find my own path. I have nothing bad to say about Angels Oasis. As a matter of fact, at the beginning of this, I recommended if you wanted a birth chart to go see Renee. She's amazing. And all of the other ladies there at Angels Oasis. Woo! That was lovely thunder. Did you guys hear that? Anyways. So if you still find yourself wanting to do readings with me, I don't do readings out of Angels Oasis anymore. I can meet you somewhere. We can do phone. We can do Facebook Messenger. We can do Skype. And my sister must not be paying attention to my Facebook because she's calling in the middle of a Facebook Live. But with that being said, I am still available to you lovelies. I'm going to be doing my own thing. I'm going to do my own Facebook Lives. I'm going to do my own little videos about the empathic way, the everyday empath. We're going to do some meditations. And in a couple of weeks, I am actually going to have a meditation, not necessarily... a meditation circle, but probably a public meditation at Fox Lake Park or either out by the river or the beach. Bye, Terry. Oh, yes, probably Monica. Give the ladies a call. If you don't remember the number, it's 321-506-1143, and I can message it to you as well. Give the ladies a call, and they can reschedule you with someone else, and I still highly recommend them for the things that you guys can't do, or that I can't do, which is palmistry and astrology, and I'm getting better at crystals, but I don't do crystal readings. Speaking of crystals, you guys, Yeah, most definitely. You can book a time. Actually, message me on my business page. It's Ashley Renee, Psychic Medium. Message me on there, and we'll get you all set up with an appointment time. I can come to you. We can do it on video chat. Doesn't matter. Just look at the pretties, and they're just like, oh, there's more. There's more. I have different prices. Actually, right now, look at all these pretties. Right now, I am running a special on my readings. It is $15 for 20 minutes. So if you book on there, I'm doing 20-minute readings for $15. So that is through till next week. And after that week, I'll try to run a little offer like once every other week or something like that. And then I have my regular prices on there. I can't tell you what they are off the bat or off the top of my head, whichever. But you can book through my personal page to get a reading done. I got so many pretties today, and I got so many different books. Look at this. Look at this. Magical astrology. So I can learn a little bit about the planets and how they're affecting us during the time that they are. But I am not an astrologist, and I am not capable of doing birth charts. So, like I said before, and a billion times during this live, go see Renee at Angels Oasis. She's amazeballs. She rocks. And, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the 3-card pull and our little discussion about what to expect for the weeks to come. If you guys have any other questions, or you would like a reading, or you just want to see what I have to post or the stupid shenanigans I'm up to during the week, go ahead and give my page a follow. I love you all so very much. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you taking time out of your Sunday evening to spend a little time with me. So have a good night, and I will see you guys later this week on another Facebook Live.